What's up, everybody? Welcome to the video today. We're going to take a look at some high-level gameplay from a Squirrel Girl main that is currently rank 16 globally on the leaderboards. Their name is I don't know, IL. I'm just going to call them IL. How about IL for simplicity's sake? So if we view their career, we go to their statistics. They play a lot of Squirrel Girl in comp. They are 42-12 with Squirrel Girl. And I like Squirrel Girl. I'm pretty good with Squirrel Girl. But I want to learn more. So I'm going to spectate this guy. I'm going to see what they do, see what spots they use, see how they control space, because that is Squirrel Girl's best attribute, really. And we're just going to see what we can see. Okay, so I'm on this player's profile. We're going to scroll down a bit. We're going to use this match right here where they were pretty dominant, dropping 47,000 damage. They led the team here pretty much. And we want to see why and how they achieved this. So we'll hop into this replay and we'll see what happened. Okay, so we're skipping ahead to the start of the match where IL is attacking on Squirrel Girl. So first thing we noticed here right off the bat, they take the high ground and they're not even shooting at the opponents. They're simply shooting at the wall and detonating their acorns in a spot where people typically stand to defend. So right off the bat, she's making this space uncomfortable for the enemy to be in. Okay, gets a pick on the Luna in the back line. Obviously huge. A huge pick. Damages the Namor, and the Punisher finishes the kill for her. Now her right click was absorbed by the Mr. Fantastic there, but then she resets it, catches the Strange, puts some pressure on him. What you'll notice about Squirrel Girls is you're basically constantly shooting and you're constantly trying to like displace people. You're not making them comfortable where they want to be. And it's one thing to shoot people and try and hit them directly, but it's a whole different beast just shooting, like, for example, this wall. You can just shoot this wall and the acorn will fall down right here. So now you're hitting people in different angles. You could shoot here, it'll fall here. You can shoot here and it'll fall around the corner. So part of her strength is she can hit you when you can't even see her. And it's basically displacing and controlling areas of the map. So you'll see they already pushed them back. This is a quick take on this map. You do not want to be in that room. So she got a couple hit markers right there just by shooting at this wall and having them detonate over here. So again, don't just think about shooting at people. Think about shooting at corners and pillars and different angles, and think about where the acorn will fall after you make that shot. Okay. So, okay, let's back up for 1 second here. So her ultimate's almost coming up. It's close. They're in the choke. She got her ult. Let's slow it down. Now remember, the blue is Invisible Woman on the enemy team's ultimate. Okay? So I don't like this ult much. It's ambitious, to say the least. What she's doing with her ultimate here is she's just trying to make it hit a wall, and then it'll automatically go towards an enemy that's close by, right? That's how it works now. Anytime the Squirrel Girl ultimate hits a wall, it'll immediately readjust itself and go for the nearest target. In this case, it just goes this way. It goes back. I think it was just a little too ambitious for her to jump in here. She's completely surrounded. I think she overthought it. I probably would have went on this angle here and just tried to shoot it into where I know they're coming from over here. You don't want to shoot it straight like this most of the time, because the ult would go all the way down this corridor to the end before it ever hit a wall and came back. But if you just shoot it at a slight angle, like right here, it's perfect. So maybe you get a hit or two, it hits the wall, and it seeks someone else. But anyway, this was a ambitious play that didn't really work out. Her team cleaned up though. The other team ran out of resources. They still won the point. You'll see here too where, again, you don't have to shoot at the actual opponents. Quite often on Squirrel Girl, you'll shoot at the floor in front of people. Like you could shoot right here, and the acorn will bounce twice before it detonates. But you could shoot here and just have it roll and detonate right here, right in this spot where people are standing. In this case, she's trying to make it detonate right here when they come out of the choke, but most of them are already around the corner. Oof. Gets stunned, but looks safe. Okay, Mr. Fantastic definitely coming for her. Kind of wasting his time a little bit, but... Beautiful route there. And he's dead. Good pick. He's way overextended, that Mr. Fantastic. Both his other tanks are back here. He could have had better targets here. He's wasting his time. Another great route. Instantly ults as soon as she gets it. Okay, so she got multiple hit markers off that ultimate. I just want to rewind it and try and look at the ultimate a little bit better here. Okay, she's going to use it here in a second. Okay, so the moment she got the ult, she used it, but the enemy Luna still has her ultimate rolling. So we know it's not going to kill anyone. Almost gets the invisible woman, but she just gets healed. Lots of bounces, though. See, it was a great angle to use it at right here, because it's going to hit this pillar, it's going to hit the stairwell, it's going to hit all this stuff here. It's basically, if she had shot it straight down here, it's similar to the other situation. Yeah, it would have hit a few people, but it would have went all the way down this corridor before it ever came back. So this could have potentially been a really good ultimate, except the Luna ult just had a few seconds left, which, you know, saved the enemy team, basically. So this is like a dream for me as a Squirrel Girl player. When you see people lined up like this. Now we got to get the Doctor Strange shield out of the way, but man, when you see all those bodies there, and you can just shoot at the ground like she's trying to and make it roll right at their feet, you just do a huge amount of AoE damage. Just like that. Chunk the Luna there. Just misses the root on Mr. Fantastic, but getting pressured by the mag. Okay, so their team's been getting shut down here a little bit. Squirrel Girl is building up another ultimate. The enemy team's retaken the corner. More support ults, of course, as always. Okay, let's see if she's learned from her mistake. So Squirrel Girl ult is up. Enemy Luna is ulting right now. So Ill is waiting it out. We'll see how this next ult goes. Looks like they're going for it now. There it is. Hit a few with it. It was enough to push him back, but no, like, you know, no massive kills from the ult or anything like that. But it's not always about that. Remember, Squirrel Girl is all about making you uncomfortable, zoning you out, and doing AoE damage in spots that you don't want to be hit, you know? You want to sit on that corner and peek at people, and she's like, nah. You can stand there, but I'm going to keep chunking you. Okay. So she died. She's coming back to the fight. They got the... They're fighting for the last cap here. Or for the second cap, sorry. Another Squirrel Girl ult. Gets a kill on a Mr. Fantastic who was not in the Luna ult. And it looks like they've applied enough pressure now to get the point. So, I mean, this guy plays a lot more aggressive than I do on Squirrel Girl. But a big part of the strategy is also just trying to farm ultimates as quick as you can. Because that's like one of those big tools that you can mix in when the enemy doesn't have a support ult. And really get some like great pushes out of it on payload maps. They don't have any way to counter the damage, and those squirrels are scary. If you don't respect them, they will kill you. So here's a great sequence too. Lots of damage. You can see how quickly the ultimate builds. Very, very quickly. When you can shoot one acorn and you're hitting like 3 or 4 people with it, you're gaining like 8 to 10% of your ultimate every shot. Ult's up again. Cracks the ult immediately. Knows that the enemy does not have any support ult. It's looking chaotic for sure, but there's the Squirrel Girl ult doing work. Insane amount of pressure being applied here. Luna ults to try and take the pressure off, but this could also cost the enemy team. There's only 4 of them up. So yes, they're ulting, they're holding, but what's going to happen when that ult goes down? So here, misplay by Ill. No one paying attention to the side too much. I've noticed that this player consistently shoots the Namor squids. He's really good about like getting rid of them, but here he just got caught. I don't think anyone really saw it. So let's skip ahead for when they come back. All right, I want to see if they do one of my favorite things here. They play much more aggressively than I do, but okay, good. Another good ult. Doesn't have her shift to get out of this. She's dead again, unfortunately. But so that ultimate, she used it immediately. She's really close to them, so they don't have any time to react when she uses the ult. That's part of the key as well. This looks like it's pretty much over. Or maybe they'll hold. Okay. So what you can do here as well is, again, she's shooting at people and hitting them, but you can just shoot this rock and the acorns will fall right here. The enemies always sit on this side of the payload pretty much, right? So you can shoot the rock and just make it land there, or you could just shoot on the ground from where she is and make it roll slightly and just blow up here. In this case, they're right in her face. She's just shooting them. But you don't have to do anything fancy. Just stand back here and shoot. See, this is much more aggressive than what I'd be doing. Healers are a little slow on her too, but... she's looking to damage them before they even come back. Okay, so her team makes it to the end. Great. Now we get to see Squirrel Girl on defense. So we're going to skip ahead. We're going to go back to her. We're going to see what happens here. And actually, since we're off the halfway point, we'll just check out the stats really quick. So she's 20-4, done the most damage in the game by a considerable margin. You know, AoE damage. It's not always about just damage, but what you're hoping to do is if you can chunk somebody a little bit with Squirrel Girl, you're hoping that then your Doctor Strange can finish the combo. The Punisher lands some shots. He finishes the combo. It's not always about final hits. It's not always about just doing damage. but it's a combination of both. So having someone who can just chunk kind of everyone a little bit is fine, because you're hoping someone else can finish chunking them down to them getting KO'd, right? Ideally, sure, you just blow someone up yourself, but that's not a reality. Not at this rank, anyway. Good route. Making them not feel comfortable to come around that corner. Gets picked off, though. She does play... I mean, she got pulled in by the Invisible Woman, and then the Namor landed a headshot, but... She definitely does play more aggressively than I do. You'll notice there that she killed the Namor squids again. This player seems to always kill squids, which is... it's good. You can kill them in like 1 or 2 shots. Okay, interesting thing that she just did here. She's not shooting at the enemy at all, right? She's looking for a spot where she can bounce the acorns off the wall and make it land somewhere where the enemies are. See where they're landing? She's actually getting hit markers on them. Okay? So, think about it from this perspective. The opponents can't even see her, and she is damaging them. Notice how they backed up off that space? They were trying to be aggressive here to make a push through here to get to the payload. Suddenly they backed up right off that. This is such a good map for Squirrel Girl. Any of the payload maps are, I would say, really. Goes right back to shooting at that spot. See the hit markers? So she's got a Squirrel Girl ult, and she's looking for an angle here to really punish them with it. Oh. Aggressive. Tried to kill tried to kill the Luna right away, but failed. You never know when Luna has her ult either, like at this point in a game. Luna can get her ult so quick, it's ridiculous. Alright, died to Mr. Fantastic ult. Let's fast forward, bring her back. Looks like first point is gone. I love this second point as well. As Squirrel Girl. Sitting up here and just shooting acorns right into this spot is wonderful. Just bouncing them off, either you hit the target or you bounce them off the wall and they have a second chance at hitting the target. The Mr. Fantastic on the enemy team is kind of too aggressive, I'd say. He's thrown his life away a few times. See, she ignores the Namor and just kills his octopus right away. I mean, it reduces the damage your team's taking, but it also makes it so he doesn't get an ultimate as quick. Okay. That was a solid ult. Love this spot. Yeah. Her squirrels are just murdering everybody right now. We're going to review that. Let's see here. Let's go back really quick. Slow it down. Well, that didn't go back far enough. Okay. So this spot, obviously good because the squirrels, they're not going to hit him out of the air. They get the bounce off that back wall immediately. She can see the whole enemy team below her. I mean, look at this thing. Murders the Cloak and Dagger in their ult. Brutal. Comes back, kills the Luna. Huge value in this spot. If you guys or if you feel like you can't hold the line when you're defending, especially on this map, Squirrel Girl is a fantastic option. She just puts pressure. You don't have to be the most accurate player in the world. You just need to shoot acorns in decent spots, and you're going to get lots of hits, lots of ults, and you're going to put a lot of pressure on your opponent. Oof. See, aggressive again. She's going for picks. I mean, it's hard to get a pick like that when she's against triple support, but almost had it. Ignores the Magneto, goes for the supports. Shooting around the corner again. That's what you need to be doing. Just look at this. Hit after hit, but it's so hard to kill against triple support. Another ultimate coming up. Here we go. Same spot. Nope. Uses it a little bit differently. Didn't need to use it, actually. She used it just as her teammates killed 2 people. So, she kind of wasted it. I mean, that's an obvious failure of an ult. That one. But it happens. It just goes to show you that even a player that's top 20 ranked right now globally can just piss away their ult on nothing. Notice she's shooting at the ground again. Just shooting at the ground, making it blow up at the enemy's feet. Alright, so the enemy Cloak and Dagger used a very aggressive ult there. They just went as far as they could with it because what they were doing before was not working. So they're like, okay, we need to try and be aggressive here and push into them and see if it works. It worked. It forced them back, but we'll see what happens here. Squirrel Girl has another ult, and she cracks it right away. Gets the Invisible Woman ult out of it, who dies. And they're pushed right back again. Not looking too good for the blue team here. They have 1 minute left on the clock. So now she's going for a little bit different angle. Like shooting from far away. Just harassing. Trying to build ultimate. Pretty much knows she's not going to kill anyone from this distance. Well, just as I say that, she chunks the Luna twice, and then the Magneto gets the kill. So basically, what I was saying earlier, you just never know when you're chunking random people like this, if someone else might land the shot and finish the kill for you. Okay, here we go. This is pretty much, this is last fight, yeah. Cracks the Squirrel Girl ult immediately, and it works out. The Punisher's getting kills. The enemy team just didn't have the damage. Triple support didn't work here.
1, 2, 3.
So it looks like an easy win on paper, right? You look at the kill difference, and I mean it was a pretty easy win. The enemy team didn't get to the second point, but I think it really highlights with the damage done and just the constant AoE damaging that was done to the enemy team. If they didn't have triple support, this would have been a complete blowout. But because they did, Squirrel Girl herself didn't get as many kills. But the damage is there. She's still doing the damage, but they just have 3 supports to cover the damage. But because they can cover the damage, it means they're doing less damage to Squirrel Girl's team. So they didn't have the power themselves to actually push through her team. Overall, I mean, I learned that one spot up on the wall that she was using earlier to defend. You know, this area up here, I've never shot up there. It's weird. It looks like a Wi-Fi symbol there. She had some really good ultimates. She plays more aggressive than me, which maybe is something I should try in order to get some picks. It didn't really work out for her too often. Not too many picks were actually had, but I mean, you got to respect the attempts. Like right here when she's going to ult. This was so close. Like, look at the health of Luna. 1 HP, right? 4 HP. And then she literally gets healed and hit. So very lucky that Squirrel Girl didn't kill her here. Okay, that would have stopped this push in its tracks. The Luna's also at 98% towards her ultimate. So this would have stopped this push. But, you know, I respect them trying. And building confidence as a player is partly what separates, you know, a top 500 player from even a Diamond or a Grandmaster player. There's lots of people who are Diamond or Grandmaster, but they just can't push up beyond that. It's because they're not making those extra plays. At this, early on when you're low rank, I recommend you don't try and make the fancy plays. But when you get to higher ranks, you need to in order to actually take opponents out and make pushes or stop pushes. So overall, I think it was a great game by this player. I learned a few things. It makes me want to go play my Squirrel Girl myself and try it out. I hope you guys learned something from this video. That's the goal in the end. I feel like spectating high-end games is really beneficial for anybody. And especially if you play like a little bit more obscure character, like Squirrel Girl, you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot of little tricks from these guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any character or anyone else you'd like me to spectate, let me know. I stream every day on twitch.tv/Silva66. And, yeah, thanks for watching. Take care.